Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at if this Amazon $30 light bar is worth the money. So one of the most asked questions I see is, will these actually last without fogging up and getting, water inside of them and breaking? So that was something that I was curious about and kept me away from buying these for the longest time. But then I wanted something for this because the headlights are pretty much shot in this, and I really couldn't see a ton when I was driving at night. So I ended up taking the chance because, if it doesn't work, it's $30. So it's not really that big of a deal, unless it sets my truck on fire, which there's a chance. So after 2 months of having this, been through multiple rains, sits outside. Humidity has been really high here. It's been in the 90s the last couple of days as well. So, and it's been down to about the 40s. I think it's the lowest it's been. So it's been through multiple different temperatures so far, 2 months, and I have zero clouding, zero fogging, and everything still works as it should. Now the reason I have this as my guess is because I siliconed everything before I put it on. So there's a bunch of silicone here in the edges, because that was one of the biggest things I see is people weren't doing that, and the company that makes these, obviously it's $30, so they really don't care when they put them together. So they aren't siliconed very well. So as you can see, I put my own in there, and it's not perfect. I mean, it doesn't look great by any means, but it's a $30 light bar, so it's not meant to look perfect. So in that aspect, $30, and it's still working perfectly after 2 months of multiple different weather changes and rain. I don't see why it wouldn't work. The only problem I could eventually see is either the bulbs going out, or the LEDs, or the wiring harnesses that come with it. So it's about I think it was $32 total for this. And then you get, obviously, a wiring harness, which, I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it does the job. Don't judge me on my wiring. I'm not an electrician by any means. I'm just lucky I actually got it to work. So the wire harness that comes with it is actually kind of cool because it comes with, which I have it all taped up so it doesn't get bad, it comes with a second harness here for another light. So if I wanted to run another light bar somewhere, I can off the same harness. I'd probably end up just buying another harness because I don't know how much I'd trust 2 light bars running off of this. But it's cool that I have the option if I wanted to. So the harness comes up here, so it gives you a lot of length, and then I put it through the firewall up here. Now the button that comes with it, I'm not impressed at all. It's kind of trashy, honestly. Looks really goofy, looks really plasticky, and I can see this breaking really quick. It's meant to have this red light on when it's on. As you can see here, it flickers on and off. So there it's on. I'm actually really glad that it doesn't work and stay on because it's super bright and obnoxious when you're driving at night and that red light's on. So kind of glad that's broke. Doesn't work, obviously. I did not expect much difference. It's nice it came with a switch, but I'll probably replace this eventually. I just didn't have a switch at home and I really wanted to get it put on. So I used that one. Not a big deal, not a make or break. You can buy a new switch for a couple bucks, so that's not a big deal. Another thing to look out for when getting these cheaper light bars is the mounting setup they have. Not the best mounts in the world. They're pretty cheap, pretty flimsy. This one's supposed to have 2, like this one, where you have 2 bolts. The other bolt wouldn't even fit all the way through and mount up, so I just put the one on and tightened it really well. I had to actually use a drill press to drill these out to get a bigger hole so I can actually put a bolt through them and put it onto the bull bar. So it wasn't a big deal. They drilled pretty easy because they are pretty cheap metal. So the mounting is not the best thing in the world, but it works. It did what I wanted them to, and it's mounted to the truck good enough that it's not moving. I can, shake it and move it and grip it. It's not going anywhere. If it gets hit, I think it's fine. So all in all, the construction seems to be decent. The back here, I don't know if I can see it. It was damaged. It just looks like it was flattened on here, but these are just supposed to be for like heat reduction, I think, venting. So it really wasn't something that I cared to talk to Amazon about and worry about sending it back and everything. So it still works as it should. The glass in front, I don't know if it's plastic or glass, but it seems to be pretty solid. It's hit, grasshoppers and stuff. I don't see me hitting much of anything else with it, so I shouldn't have an issue with that. These screws here, I can see those probably rusting eventually, but again, $30, you really can't expect much. That's the biggest thing. A lot of guys buy 31 and they expect it's going to perform like one of the $1,000 ones. It's not going to. It's going to give you light output. These do have really good light output for what they are. It definitely outdid my headlights, and I can see at night way better, which is exactly what I wanted, just something for deer at night, because at wintertime I drive this a lot. It's nice for that, and when I go back to the woods, go back to the range, do whatever I'm doing, it's good to have light because it shoots light everywhere, really high and everything, whatnot. So would I recommend this? If you're going to be throwing this in a truck like this, a beater, you just want some extra light, I definitely would recommend it. $30, you really can't go wrong. The only thing that I would watch out for is the harness. Make sure everything's proper because you don't want it to light your truck on fire. That's the one thing that I can see happening, honestly, is lighting this on fire. So I wouldn't put it on a vehicle like this. I would probably spend a little bit more expensive or a little bit more on the light bar, and I would put something nicer on this one. I probably won't put that on there. But since this is, you know, my work truck and my winter truck, this is not a bad price and not a bad light bar, as long as you end up doing all the silicone. So I know 2 months is not a crazy long time, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys since it did get through some weather, hot, cold, and some rain and no issues. So I was gonna give you guys this first initial video, and then I will give you guys another one here this winter, because that's really gonna be the true test as how well it handles during the winter. I can see a lot of the stuff rusting and maybe fogging up then. Hoping it doesn't. I really hope it survives this winter. I have a lot of people keep telling me that it's not going to, but we will see. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll probably do a new video at the end of winter, or if something changes, and I will continually update you guys on my Instagram channel. So if you guys want to know exactly what's going on, you can shoot me a DM there. You can send me a message here or a comment, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'm really good about responding to all the comments, responding to DMs as quickly as I can, and try to give everyone the answers to their questions. So if you guys have any questions with it, updates, let me know, and I'll give you guys an answer exactly what's going on. I can send you some pictures if you want, but for $30, I think it's a really good price, and it works really well for what I've used it. I actually have had it on here for about another week and a half since filming the initial video, and I still have had no issues. The temperature's gone down to about in the 40s, and still no issues with it. I just drove it today to work, and works really well. Light output's awesome. I'm not gonna do a video of the light output just because on film it's really hard to actually get light output. So it never really does it justice. So just know that it really does throw light really well. It's a floodlight, so you're not getting that super long distance. You're still getting longer than my headlights on that giant turd, but it does throw a lot of light. So you're getting a lot of light high, a lot of light into the sides. So it's really good for deer and whatnot, depending where you're at. So if you guys like the video, I would appreciate it if you guys like, comment, subscribed, and shared. Helps me out a lot, really helps my page out a lot and everything I do here. And like I said, let me know if you guys have any questions about the light. Thank you guys.